All right, so I'm going to tell you a little bit about a recent vision that I had. It was more of a visionary experience. In October, I was fasting and praying for about 3 days, and I just did nothing but seek the Lord, eat and sleep, except I wasn't eating very much. I just did the Daniel fast, if you want to know, which means no carbs, no sweets, no extra goodies, just meat and nevertheless. So I guess it was about the second day, and I would be praying 4 or 5 hours in a row. Sometimes I'd be singing in tongues for hours. And if you haven't looked at Joshua Mills, he has some really good things on YouTube where it's just like an hour or two of praying in tongues, he and his community, and it just washes over you. It's really good. And I was listening to that during that time. So at this point, I see kind of darkness, and there's like a big black box. And then from behind that box, this giant eagle comes out from behind it, and he's attempting to fly. That eagle was so big, his wingspan was probably 8 to 12 feet. And hanging off his wings were just seaweed and dirt, and slime was all over him. And he did that first flap, and he could barely fly. And then by the time he like shook the second flap, all the slime and the stuff fell off, and he went straight up really high, and he was able to soar way up into the clouds and beyond my view. And then the Lord took me in about an hour's worth of visions where he flew me literally all around the earth and told me different things about different nations. I'm in the process of pondering that and documenting it now. Fortunately, I have the forethought to audio record all of it. But what I think after pondering the eagle is that that was a picture of the United States, eagle being our symbol. And the two flaps of the wings were first and second term of trying to drain the swamp. The eagle seemed to have seaweed and muck and mire and nastiness all over it, which is what we've all been saying, Lord, drain the swamp, get the unrighteousness out of our nation. And I felt like that the first term was really hard. The eagle was still weighed down. But then by the second flap, boom, he was able to sling off all the mud, the seaweed, and the slime, and to start soaring high, as the eagle should be, way up through the clouds where I couldn't even see it. And I interpret that to mean that Trump will be elected the second term. Now, that is my wish and my hope, but I think that's what God was showing me, that by the second term, all this will be slung off and we will start going high. So I hold fast to that current vision. I hold fast to the ones the Lord gave me in early part of 2016 and in 2012. God speaks to me, guys. Sometimes he says things that nobody else is saying. It makes you feel like you're a loner and you might have missed it. But the truth is, sometimes you're the only one hearing. I'm not the only one hearing now. Pretty much every prophet I know is saying that Trump is the man that God chose. Good or bad, I kind of like him. I think it's funny. All right, guys, I love you. Be encouraged. God has not fallen off his throne today.